research claims use of paracetamol correlates with autism and ADHD diagnosis rise. Okay, revolutionary new research published in the Journal of Evolutionary Medicine claims to have found a correlation in the rise of autism and ADHD and asthma diagnosis with the use of acetaminophen, the main component of painkiller paracetamol in genetically or metabolically susceptible children, and the use of acetaminophen by pregnant women. The in-depth research conducted by Dr. William Shaw, PhD, looks at the buildup of toxicity of acetaminophen, more commonly known as paracetamol in Europe, and its effect on development of a specific enzyme which is deficient in autistic people and is responsible for catalyzing desulfation pathways in the brain. Low levels of this catalyst lead to overproduction of the toxic byproduct of the pathway, namely the chemical N-acetyl-P-benzoquinine-amine, NAPQI. A small amount of this chemical is usually broken down by the liver, but large amounts, as in paracetamol overdose, cause permanent liver damage. The study shows that an increase in NAPQI also leaves an individual vulnerable to attack from the environment. So Dr. Shaw asks the question, could common advice as giving a child paracetamol before vaccination leave them susceptible to damage in the form of autism, asthma, and ADHD? The study compares the USA and Cuba. In Cuba, children have 99.7% vaccination rate, but are rarely given paracetamol. Autism prevalence in Cuba is 298 times lower than it is in the United States. Dr. Shaw went on to say, in the United States, some physicians have started to advise parents to begin to take acetaminophen prophylactically daily, 5 days prior to childhood vaccines. Some children on such prophylactic treatment had an autistic regression that began prior to the vaccination. In Cuba, acetaminophen is not approved as an over-the-counter product. However, it has been available as an over-the-counter product since 1959 in the United States. Furthermore, in Cuba, prophylactic use of antipyretic drugs is not the standard medical treatment for vaccine-related fever. If a high fever continues after vaccination in Cuba more than 2 days, the parents are advised to visit the physician's office where the drug metamizole is commonly prescribed. Prescription of acetaminophen is only in rare cases in Cuba. Metamizole is used in many countries throughout the world but is banned in the United States and some other countries because of a rare association with a specific disorder. Paracetamol overtook aspirin as the painkiller of choice in the USA after a link was discovered between aspirin and Reye's disease in the 1980s. And on the website, if you go to dailynewscast.com, you will see that there is a chart that shows when acetaminophen became the painkiller of choice and the rise in autism. It's very interesting, and there's much more in the article. I encourage you to go to autismdailynewscast.com to get the full story and other breaking news in the autism community.